Hello, welcome to the Snyder Syndicate. It's been a while. And listen, shit's going crazy. There's tens of hundreds of thousands of people coming across the border. Texas is going to war with the United States practically. They put up barbed wire. Government said, hey, take that barbed wire down. Texas is like, go fuck yourself. It's getting wild. Okay? Yet again, I think we've talked about the border before. It's got to be secure. You don't know who's coming in. You gotta figure it out. You know, we gotta do this shit legally and responsibly. We can't just be letting whoever and whatever come across. So anyway, as thousands of migrants have come into Texas, Governor Greg Abbott said, "Fuck them. Send them to New York. Send them to L.A. Send him to Chicago." And so he's been bussing and flying people to all these cities and saying, here, you deal with them. And they're dealing with them in one of the worst ways possible. By fucking over the American citizen. The taxpayers, really. So there are many topics we can cover on this because so much has happened in the last couple weeks and months and years. But we're just going to get right into the root of the problem here, okay? There was an incident. Let me see here. Okay, so now there were... I don't know, dude. I am no journalist, okay? But I have seen that there was about 14 or 7 at least arrested illegal immigrants that jumped some police officers in New York. Beat the shit out of them. Okay? Here, we could watch the video right now. This is a still frame. As you can see, here are some police officers getting the shit kicked out of them by a bunch of El Salvadorians, right? I don't know if they're El Salvadorian, but I'll tell you what, they're not from here. And they're just going around beating the shit out of people. Yeah, I mean, look at this guy's ears. My God. That is unproportionable. Now, there is a problem with these people that there's people that come in here into the country illegally through this way. Look at, here's the video right here. Here it is. Why is it so tiny? Oh my God. Dude, he's just kicking the shit out of these people. Just keeps kicking him in the head. Holy shit. Bro, that's crazy. So not only did they just assault 2 police officers and beat the shit out of them, they get out with no bail. And they've committed previous crimes. Supposedly they had just assaulted an employee moments before this happened in some store. It's just, look, what do you do? The fact that they're just like releasing criminals onto the street after committing violence against police officers, the keepers of peace. The keepers of peace. And they're just out here beating the shit out of them. It's disgusting what these... And, I don't want to bring a whole left-right division to this. But it is Democrat cities that are saying, hey, if you commit a crime, we don't give a fuck. Be free. This is America. You can go out and assault a police officer and we'll put you right back on the street. No problem. You can go shoplift. And as long as it's not, fucking thousands of dollars, you're going to be okay. We don't care anymore. It's out of control. And it's really... honestly mind-blowing, because you got hard-working Americans that bust their ass to try and pay for everything and, have a good life and be upstanding citizens. And at this point, it's like, well, if you can't afford the food, why don't we all just fucking steal it? They're just letting people do it. It's honestly insane. But I think we can all agree that it's disgusting, first of all, that you just release criminals that do horrific things with no bail. You're just, let him out. Go out into the wild, my child, and fuck shit up. Okay? That's not right. I think most of us can probably agree. Now, a wall is not racist, okay? If you have a house, you most likely have a fence somewhere on the house, right? You gotta keep people out that you don't know. Because you don't know if they're a criminal, you don't know if they're a psychopath, you don't know if they're a rapist, you don't know anything about these people. You gotta keep them out. That's common sense. You know, everything that wants to be protected has a gate around it. So why doesn't our country have a fucking gate around it? You know, doesn't make any sense. So that's one part of the issue that's fucked. And the next is the recent action by, the mayor of New York. What's his name? Fucking Adams Albert, whatever the fuck his name is, okay? He is now... No, hold on. I forgot something. Not only could they not deal with the illegal immigrant crisis and the influx of people in New York, they then had to close down schools, kick the kids out, and then just put immigrants in there. So now you're taking away education from American citizens to house people that shouldn't be in this country in the first place. Makes no fucking sense. But now, New York has gone on to say that they are going to take about $50 million of prepaid credit cards and give it to illegal immigrants. Yet Americans are struggling to pay for food, to pay for utilities, to pay for housing, to pay for anything. People are fucking struggling right now. Inflation's through the roof. Jobs are getting cut. What the fuck? You know, this whole thing with Bidenomics, it ain't working. You know, I don't know. I don't understand. You know, do they just think they can sugarcoat it with words and the problem goes away? Like, the American population needs to wake the fuck up and realize that these people don't give a fuck about you. Okay? I don't understand who is electing these people because they're psychotic, they're brainless, and they don't care. You know, what's disgusting about this is the fact that you have American taxpayers living within New York, paying taxes, working hard. And that money then just goes to illegal immigrants, people that should not be here, right? Shouldn't be here. And they're just giving them money. Like, hey, we know it's rough. You guys living in shelters, you're living in hotels, you're living in schools. We don't have anywhere to put you. We don't have any way to help you. So what we're going to do is just take all this money from the taxpayers and say, fuck them, and give it to you guys. Welcome to our country where we don't, you know, once you're a citizen, we stop caring. So, you know, I guess the moral of the story here is change your name, leave the country, and come back illegally. You know, just tell them your name is something else. And they'll give you a fucking $10,000. They'll put you up in a place to live. You're taken care of. You're all good. You know, and yet again, Maui, I've talked about Maui before. Haven't done shit for the people in Maui. We can send hundreds of billions of dollars to Ukraine. People in Maui lose their house, lose their families, lose their lives, and they don't get a fucking thing. They get a stimulus check. Have they even got those? I don't know. I don't know what's going on in the political realm today. But, you know, you see these couple things and you're disgusted. You're sickened. Because our people aren't taken care of. Your neighbors aren't taken care of. You're not taken care of. And honestly, you know what? I think there's a lot of people that were against Trump rooting for Trump. Now, former people that were against Donald Trump have spoken out in support of him now, including Snoop Dogg. Okay, and Snoop Dogg in a music video shot him in the head. And now he's like, you know what? He ain't so bad. I love him. I think a lot of people have been duped into thinking Trump is some absolute monster. Is he a loudmouth fucknose? Yeah. But in terms of his policies, he had us getting oil. Okay, we're no longer getting oil. We said oil's evil. We need all electric. And then you go into fucking Chicago and people can't even charge their Teslas. Because it's so fucking cold. Look, everything's complicated. And in our day-to-day lives, a lot of stories and a lot of news and a lot of facts get buried. Okay? So it's up to us to open our fucking eyes and see what's real. Okay? Now, is Trump perfect? No, nobody's perfect. But he's, things weren't so bad with him. It was actually, it was entertaining. There was no fucking wars. And things were great. I don't know. Anyways. Point is, the government doesn't give a fuck about you. So it's kind of nice to get a guy in there that is not part of the government. You get these politicians that will lie through their teeth to get into a position of power to then use it for their own benefit or just not give a fuck about you. So yeah, here is Snoop Dogg's comments.
Rapper Snoop Dogg, known for his past feud with Donald Trump, has extended an olive branch to the former U.S. president. In a recent interview, Snoop Dogg cited Trump's pardon of Michael Harris, co-founder of Death Row Records, as a reason for his change of heart. Donald Trump? He ain't done nothing wrong to me. He has done only great things for me. He pardoned Michael Harris. I have nothing but love and respect for Donald Trump, Snoop Dogg told the Sunday Times. Snoop Dogg got his big break on Harris's Death Row Records, and Trump commuted Harris's sentence in 2021 after 30 years. This positive sentiment marks a stark shift from Snoop Dogg's previous criticisms of Trump. The rapper once slammed Trump in the 2017 music video for Lavender, Nightfall Remix, where he pointed a gun at a clown resembling the former president.
Yep, shot him right in the head. I think, even 50 Cent saying Trump, a lot of people are saying Trump. I think the tide has switched because they're looking at all this trans shit going on. They're looking at the border. They're looking at the immigrants. They're looking at all this stuff. And they're like, what the fuck is happening around here? Because I don't know. You probably don't know. We don't know what's going on. It's getting out of control. It's a little crazy. And then you'll have the White House during all of this shit get up there and just continue lying to you. If you see Peter Doocy in his comments every single time that this, what's her name? Not the speaker. The fucking news press lady. He always asks her a question and she just walks away like he didn't ask a question. She's just like,
I give up because this job is fucking difficult. You guys always making me lie and shit. Fuck you.
It's not just this administration. There has been many administrations before that have fucked this country and done things that are not in the best interest of the people. Okay? And this is a country... God, what the fuck? This is a country built by the people, for the people. So, let's all just get together and stop trusting the government. Let's support Texas. Let's support Americans and not illegal immigrants. Okay? Everyone owns a ladder. And for the most part, that ladder is to paint your fucking house or fix something, not to jump across a wall. Okay? So if you enjoyed and you think this country needs some help, subscribe to the channel. We can help. Like the video. Share it to a friend that is in disagreement about how this illegal immigrant crisis is being handled. Because I think many of us should be. All of us should be. It's insane. Thanks for watching. I love you. I'll see you later.